Hey guys, welcome to another Spotty Dog Wargaming Battle Report. A little bit different this time. I didn't take my video camera, so this is a slideshow with photos from my phone. It's a 2000 point battle report between Daemons of Chaos, as you can see in front of you, and my Lizardmen, which don't get out in that often. Just lately, it's all about the dwarves with prep for the GT, so it's nice to get lizards out of the cupboard. Yep, to deployment it's Battleline. Is my opponent's sort of right flank and centre, so from left to right you've got a Flaming Chariot of Tzeentch, a Bloodthirster, but not the end times one. She's taken just a standard Bloodthirster, but he does have that nasty sword of plus D3 attacks and D3 strength or whatever. Next to that we have the 28 Horrors, full command, and in there is a Herald of Tzeentch with a Locust. I don't know much about demons, but I think it gave her +1 to dispel or something, and then she's got the Leechbone Pennant on the standard bearer. Next door we have 28 Bloodletters with full command with the Gleaming Pennant, I think. Further over, which you'll see in the next photo or so, well, next door to that you've got the Skull Crushers, then further over, Blood Crushers, whatever they're called, further over you've got a Skull Cannon. Yeah, apologies for this next photograph. I didn't get a photo of my my deployment. I was a little bit too giddy about rolling for the first turn, so I took a photo when I got home. So we have a mounted Old Blood on a cold one at the front. He has the Stegodon Helm of Itza, the Talisman of Preservation, the other Trickster's Shard, and the Great Weapon. Next to him, also mounted, we have a BSB Scarvet on a cold one. He has the Armour of Destiny and a Great Weapon. Another Old Blood with a 5+ ward armour, can't remember what it's called. Armour of Fortune, is it? And a Dawnstone and the 1+ rerollable save with a 5+ ward. That's the Old Blood just on his own, next to the two priests. Yep, then the two priests, the one with the feathers is a level 2 beast of beasts, has Wisdom's Wild Form and the Curse. The other is a level 2 of Heavens. I thought, why not? I'd normally take beasts, but why not go Heavens? He had the Dispel Scroll, he also had the Ice Shard, Blizzard and Harmonic Convergence, a Bastillodon at the back with the Laser Beam, 30 Saurus Warriors, Hand Weapon Shield, full command, 5 Saurus Cav at the back, full command with spears. Don't often take these guys, but it gives my two mounted guys a lookout, sir, so that's the only reason they're in, really, and it's a little bit different. 2 units of Skinks with Javelins and Shields, a 10 lot and an 11 lot. I had 7 spare points, so chucked an extra one in. And finally 3 Salamanders, 2 of which form a unit together. You'll see the 2 red ones with 8 handlers, so I paid the extra points for the 2 4s, and another Salamander off to the right, also with 4 handlers. Yep, my turn 1, so the Cav deployed on the right flank, the Salamanders next door with the priest. The Cav go 14 inches straight forward, heading towards the cannon and the Blood Crushers. I wanted to get to grips with these guys early, really. They're pretty nasty. My friend Johnny, he plays demons, so I know all about these guys. I didn't want them ripping across towards my Saurus block in the centre, double teaming with the Bloodthirster, so my cold ones march straight up. The Salamander pack moves up along with the Beast Priest behind the tower. On the left flank, you'll see my Salamander on the left moves behind the woods, and the Skink unit moves up to redirect the Bloodthirster away from the Saurus block, that's why he's at a jaunty angle. The Bastillodon moves into range to try and blast the Flaming Chariot, to get his spell off, to give free rein of that left flank. As such, the Saurus block stays still. The magic phase is uneventful. My Beast Priest tries to cast a curse on the Bloodletters over to the right, but she dispels it, and then the Bastillodon gets his Solar Beam off onto the Chariot. 6 strength 5 hits, but she makes all of her ward saves. On to Demon's turn 1. She charges Skull Cannon and Blood Crushers into my Saurus Cav as I expected, but I feel confident that my 2 characters can deal with those. Her Bloodthirster charges my Skinks at the jaunty angle. I stand and shoot, but as expected, do nothing. Pass me Terror Test, hold. In the magic phase, the Reign of Chaos pops off all 4 of my Salamanders on the lone one. It rolls a 1 on the monster reaction table, meaning it has stupidity for the rest of the game. Yay. Leadership 4. Great. She tries to cast blue fire on my Saurus warriors, but fails to cast, ending the phase. The chariot then flames my salamander, knocking 1 wound off it. In the combat phase, the bloodthirster flubs his rolls. Bless her, she rolled really badly here. 9 attacks at strength 9, and he only managed to kill 4, including thunderstomps. My skink passed their break test and hold. In the fight here, this was a good fight for me. The cannon kills 1 cavalry, 1 Saurus Cav on impact hits. Then she calls a challenge from a Bloodcrusher champion. My BSB accepts. She doesn't wound him, and in return my BSB kicks the shit out of him, doing 4 wounds. The Bloodletters then attack and kill another cavalry. Then the Saurus and the Juggernauts attack simultaneously. She finishes off the unit, but the Saurus calls 2 wounds back. The Old Blood then... Hang on. The Old Blood then smashes the cannon. Yeah, I'm reading off a script. She loses the combat by 4 in the end and rolls high enough to have none left. My 2 Saurus characters reform to the left to face the Bloodletters. Lizardmen 2. Yep, you see my Old Blood and BSB move up to threaten the flank of the Bloodletters, and the Salamander pack gets into some sort of position to try and flame them. The Skinks in the centre move up slightly, and the Bastillodon moves up behind the trees to stop the Bloodthirster charging in next turn. When it finishes off the Skinks in the centre. In the magic phase, my Skink Priest miscasts Harmonic Convergence. And the Saurus warriors getting a small round template result. It kills 4 warriors and puts a wound on the priest too, ending the magic phase. In the shooting phase, my salamander kills, I think it's about 7 bloodletters or something. Demons 2, her bloodthirster. Yeah, it finishes off my skinks in the last combat phase, so it's free to charge my Saurus block. The bloodletters turn to face the Saurus characters, so we're just going to continue to give them the runaround. Yeah, her magic phase is a complete disaster. Oh, sorry, the horrors. Yeah, the horrors move up in the centre. Her magic phase is a complete disaster again. She tries to cast the blue fire Tzeentch, this time on the skinks in the centre, but I used the Dispel Scroll. She has no dice remaining, so the phase ends. Here you'll see the shooting phase. The chariot makes short work of the stupid salamander, inflicting 6 strength 7 hits on the poor damn beast. In the combat phase, over here, with the Bloodthirster, my champion eats it in the challenge, really. I issued a challenge, the Bloodthirster accepted. I lose combat, but we're steadfast, so we stick. Lizardmen turn 3 here. My characters bypass the Bloodletters altogether. I don't really want to go in there in the front. I want the Salamanders to try and whittle a few down, killing blow and all that. I don't really fancy that. So they come towards the middle of the board, maybe thinking about charging the Bloodthirster next round, if they can make it. The Salamanders move to the flank again to try and kill some more in the shooting phase. The magic phase is terrible. I get no spells off at all. I think the Winds of Magic was something like a 2 and a 1. She manages to dispel the curse on the Bloodletters again. In the shooting phase, my Salamanders kill a handful of Bloodletters. In the combat phase, you'll see there is no Bloodthirster or an Old Blood in the front rank of my Saurus. Basically what happened was the Old Blood challenges the Bloodthirster. She rolls a 6 on her sword, giving her something like 9 strength 9 attacks. Something like that. She was rolling a hell of a lot of dice anyway. She only causes 2 wounds. My Old Blood attacks back, but does nothing. Well, that's kind of expected. She then thunderstomps him, but only gets 1 through. Obviously, it's enough to kill him, but it means she ends up losing combat by 1. Thank you, musician. The best 10 points I've ever spent. She rolls a double 6, and those of you who play demons, that's not great, is it? And that's the Bloodthirster out there. Lucky me. Demons 3. Bloodletters charge my Salamanders. That was a mistake on my part. I had left them just in line of sight in the previous turn. I elect to flee in the hope that they'll rally next turn. They run 11 inches, which means the Bloodletters can't catch them, so it's a failed charge. They just sort of stumble forward, as you can see. She casts blue fire again, I think. This time killing on the killing some of them, but not many Saurus warriors. The chariot moves up and covers 6 skinks with its flame template, killing all 6 of them. But then they pass the toughness test and they get the 6+ regen, which is nice. Lizardmen turn 4. My skinks move up to shoot the chariot. The mounted Saurus move behind the horrors, as you can see, and the Saurus block moves up its full 8 inches. The Bastildon is out of shot to the left, but it's pretty much remained where it was. My Beast Priest is still behind the tower on the right. I try to cast the curse on the bloodletters, but I fail, and that ends the phase because I didn't have any more dice basically. I don't have a picture, but the skinks sneak a couple of lucky wounds on the chariot in the shooting phase. Demon's Force, she elects to charge the skinks with the chariot. As you can see, there's no more chariot. Stand and shoot and pick off the last 2 wounds, luckily. She casts Tzeentch's Firestorm on the Saurus, killing 4 of them. Lizardman turn 5. My Saurus block charges the bloodletters. You'll see that my block has some spell cards next to it. I'll come to that in a second. And 2 of my mounted characters charge the front of the horrors. She must have turned them around in the previous phase to face, I guess. I can't remember, to be honest. In the magic phase, I managed to cast Wisdom's Wild Form on the Saurus, and I get Ice Sharp Blizzard off onto the bloodletters. Not great for the bloodletters, I don't think. There's not a lot to shoot at, so straight to the combat. Oh my god, look at this. My characters do terribly. I roll a handful of 1s and 2s and end up causing just 2 wounds on the unit. I lose combat, fail my break test, but luckily the BSB is there and I pass on the reroll. Yeah, horrors, beating up some Saurus Old Bloods. Nice. Things go much better over here though. Yeah, I kill lots, I can't even remember. And she does only 1 in return. She loses combat and rolls high enough to lose a handful more. Demons 5, well, it's straight to combat because she's only got 2 units left and they was both in combat. The Saurus block, they're still Wissened. They make light work of the toughness 3 bloodletters, kill them to a demon, and turn to face the rear of the only remaining demon unit on the board, the Pink Horrors, who this time are on the receiving end of some cold-blooded fury. I kill loads, I mean, it doesn't even matter really. I just rolled average, and it was enough to deal lots of damage. She loses combat, and yeah, only a few remain. We called the game there. A good solid win for Lizardmen here, but I have to admit that the Bloodthirster popping was a massive bonus. It freed the Saurus block up to go and charge the bloodletters. Yeah, kind of turned the game really. But my opponent did take a good fun list. It's not, in fact, I don't think I've ever seen the Burning Chariot. Oh, I did, I saw it at the Throne of Lulls when I played a demon army, but okay, that was only the second time I've ever seen one. And again with the Pink Horrors, it was only the second time I've ever seen those guys. I mean, we all know Pink Horrors are terrible, so it's always nice when your opponent brings a nice friendly list. Maybe my list should have been a little bit more friendly, but then again, I didn't have a slan, did I? So, yeah. Anyway, well, thanks for watching. I hope this format's been okay. It's new to me, so bear with me if it's a load of shit. I'll try and get better. Anyway, catch you next time. Bye.